Hello students and welcome to the lesson for 8.5 tax discount combo and simple interest. Okay, so here's the starter. So if you haven't already done this, I need you to just pause this video and attempt the starter and come back when you're ready. Okay, so let's go over these together. A meal at the school costs $3.45 with a tax of 5.67%. What is the total cost? So our step one is always to say, well, what is 5.67% of the cost, 3.45, okay? So we're just gonna use the decimal method. We're gonna move the decimal forward 2 places. 0.0576 of means to multiply, and then we have 3.45. So we're gonna come down here into our handy dandy Desmos and do 0.0576 times, we'll come back and look at the price, 3.45. And we get that tax equals this number, 1.98. So the 8 is bigger than the 5, so it's going to bump the 9 up 1. But that bumps the 9 up to 10, which means our 1 actually becomes a 2. So in all, our tax equals just 20 cents. That's how much the government wants, is 20 cents. So now we need to pay for the meal and we need to pay for the taxes. So the meal is $3.45 plus the taxes of 0.20 cents. So we're going to come down to our calculator and we're going to be doing the meal of $3.45 plus the 20 cents that the government wants, and we get 3.65. So that is how much we would actually be paying for this meal, is $3.65. Okay, a shirt costs $35.60, but you have a coupon for 25% off. What is the total cost without tax? So our first step is to say, well, what is 25% of the cost of the shirt? So we're going to move our decimal over 2 places. So we're doing 0.25 of means to multiply, $35.60. We come down to our calculator, 0.25 times 35, I don't remember the other numbers, 35.60. $35.60. And we get $8.90. So that equals how much the government wants how much we get to take off of the shirt, right? Our coupon lets us take this money off. That's the discount. So we're going to say our shirt costs $35.60, but we get to take off $8.90. So we're going to come down here and we're going to take the cost of our shirt and we're going to subtract how much we get to take off. So our shirt actually costs $26.70. Okay, I'm not going to go over question 3, mostly because that's what we're learning today. So if you want to go back and look at it after we learn the lesson, that is totally fine, you can, but I'm not going to go over it. Okay, so if you have a discount from the price, do you still have to pay tax? The answer is yes, okay? The government is always going to want us to pay tax even if we get some money off of our price. So the first step is actually to do the sales price. So we're going to take the discount off and then we're going to find the taxes, okay? We find taxes with the new sales price. We do not find it with the original. So for example, sales tax is 7%, okay? We're buying sneakers that cost $80, but we get them for 60% off. So step 1, we need to do the discount first. So we're going to be saying, what is 60% of 80? So we use the decimal method, move it forward 2. We're doing 0.60 of is to multiply 80. So we're going to do 0.60 times 80, and we get $48. So this is our discount, right? This is how much we can take off of the price. So step 2 is to take the price, 80, and subtract the discount, or $48. So we're going to come over here and do 80 subtract 48, and we get 32. So this is the new price, okay? This right here is the new price. So now we need to find the tax of the $32. So step 3, what is 7% of 32, right? Because our tax is 7%. We move the decimal forward 2 places. 0.07 of is to multiply, and then 32. So we're going to come down here. 0.07 times 32, 2.24. Oops. So this equals 2.24. This right here is the tax dollars, okay? So our last step is to take our new price, right, how much we're actually paying, and add the tax dollars to find out our actual total price. So our new price was 32, plus our tax dollars was 2.24. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to do our new price of 32 plus our tax dollars of 2.24, and we get 34.24. So that is our total cost. I already forgot what it was. 34.24. So this is how much is on our receipt, how much we're actually paying after taking a discount and paying tax, okay? 34.24. So there's just 4 steps, okay? And they're pretty similar. We're just doing the same things. We just change if we subtract or if we add, and then we change the percents, okay? So we're just going to follow these steps. I want you to pause this video, and I want you to just try this one, okay? Just try this one on your own, and then once you've tried it, come back, okay? Okay, if you're back, you should have tried this, and we're now going to go over it together. So the sales tax is 5.25%. The original cost is $4, and our new discount is 25% off, okay? So first step is to do the discount. So I'm going to say, well, what is 25% of 4? So we're going to move our decimal over 2. So we get 0.25 times 4, okay? So we'll come to our calculator. 0.25 times 4, and we get 1. So that means the new cost of the discount for our tennis balls is $1, not our new cost, okay? This is the discount. So step 2 is to subtract the discount. So we're going to take our original price of $4, and we're going to subtract our discount of 1. And 4 minus 1 is 3. So $3. This right here is our new price. This is how much we have to pay now. So our step 2 is going to be, our step 3, is going to be the tax with the new price. Okay, we've got to find the tax with the new price. So our tax is 5.25 of the $3. So we move our decimal over 2. 0.0525 of is to multiply 3. So we're going to come down here. 0.0525 times 3. We're going to round, right? 7 is bigger than 5, so we're going to bump the 5 up, so we end with just 16 cents. 0.16. So this right here is our tax, okay? And then step 4 is we're going to do the new price plus the tax. So my new price is $3 plus my tax of 0.16. And that equals $3.16. So this is how much I am actually paying at the store after doing a discount and then paying tax. It's $3.16. Okay, I want you to quickly rate how you feel about finding tax and discount, okay? So please give me a rate And then if you have any questions, you can type it on either the slide before. So now we're going to talk about simple interest, okay? So simple interest is if you like deposit money in the bank or you borrow it and it has an interest rate, okay? That means that every year, a percent of how much is earned or owed, you either get back or you have to owe even more, okay? So time is how long the money is invested, but it's always in years, okay? So a lot of times people will put money in a savings account and it'll have an interest rate, and you want to put it in a high interest rate because that means you get money back. But if you're borrowing money, you want the interest rate to be lower because that means you don't have to owe more money after a lot of time has passed. So this is the formula that we use for finding interest rate, okay? So the interest equals the principal, and the principal is just the original money you either put into the account or that you borrowed, times the rate, okay? That's the percent, how much they're adding or taking away every single time, and the time in years, okay? So let's look at this together. Our principal is $500, okay? That is how much we initially deposited into the bank, is $500. Our rate is 12%. Now, of course, we're going to write it as a decimal, okay? And then our years, or our time, is 2. So our formula is that interest equals the principal times the rate times the time, okay? So we're just going to plug everything into our formula. So our principal was $500 times our rate, which is 12%, but we're going to move the decimal over 2, right, and write it as 0.12, times the years, which is just 2 years, not 12 years. Okay? And then we're just going to type all of this into the calculator. That's all we have to do. So we're going to be doing 500 times 0.12 times the 2 years, and we get $120. So the interest equals 120. So this means after 2 years, this much is added to the account, okay? So this is not necessarily our total value of the account, right? Because we still have this 500 that we deposited. So our total value is our initial deposit of 500 plus this interest we earned, $120. So the total value is $620. So by having our $500 sit in the bank for 2 years, we made $120 on it. That's it. Okay. On your homework, I'm going to ask you to type in the total value. So you'll have to find the interest rate, add it to your deposit, okay, and then you'll get that. All right, let's go over here. Now you're borrowing $760, okay? So this is still our initial deposit, okay? How much we are borrowing. They are increasing it at 15%, okay? They're saying for every year you don't pay us back, we want 15% more. And we've borrowed it for 6 months. So we're just going to plug this into our formula. Interest rate equals the principal times the rate times the time. So our principal is 760. Our rate, we move the decimal over 2, is 0.15 times the time. Now our time needs to be in years, okay? So we didn't pay for 6 months. So the way we can find out how that much of that is a year is we can just take the number of months and divide it by 12, okay? Divide it by how many months are in 1 year. And that's going to give us 0.5 or half. So we can this then times by 0.5 or a half. I'm going to make these stars because I think it's easier to see. So over here, we're going to be doing 760 times the interest rate, 0.15, times the amount of years, which we did half a year. And we get $57. Okay. Well, did I type all that in right? Yeah. Okay. So that means $57 is how much we owe again. Okay. So our interest rate is $57. So after half a year, they want another $57. So to find the total value, we are just going to do the amount we initially borrowed, $560, plus the $57 in interest that they now want, okay? And we can just do that in Desmos. 760 plus the $57, we get $817. So this is now how much I owe. 6 months has passed, and so now I owe $817 and not the original $760, right? Because they said for every year that goes by, we want 15%. All right, I want you to pause this video and try this one as a table or by yourself, and then I want you to come back and watch the video to see if you're right. Okay, if you're back, you've paused the video to try this one. So our principal is $1,000, okay? We're putting it into investing it, okay? We get 6% back for every year, and we put it in for 3.5 years, okay? So let's do this. Interest is principal times rate times years. Well, times time, but it's always in years, okay? So our principal, or what we started with, is 1,000 times our rate, but remember we have to make it a decimal, so it's going to be 0.06 times our time, which is 3.5 years. Well, I know I can represent a half as 0.5, so I'm just going to do 3.5. I'm going to go plug these into our calculator. Not my settings. So we have $1,000 times the rate, which is 0.06, right? 6%. And then it's in there for 3.5 years. So times 3.5. And we get $210. So that means after it being invested for 3.5 years, we make $210. So now the total value of my investment or my account is my principal of $1,000 plus my interest of $210. So I get $1,210. That is the end. Okay, I want you to rate how you feel about finding simple interest, and then type any final questions you have about finding tax and a discount and simple interest together, okay? If you have any questions, you can also email me. Thank you.